Imagine taking something you made for yourself and turning it into a helpful guide for others, and then getting rich in the process. This genius Etsy seller is going to blow your mind.
But first, I'm Jess at Insights by Jess. I dig deep into what makes Etsy stores successful and where they can improve so that you get the full 411 on what's really selling and why. Let's jump in.
Hello everybody, I am back with another store review for you today that is super cool. Super cool. I was so blown away by this store that when I found it, I had to do a video on it. I know I say that probably a lot, but this store really did. It caught me by surprise. So this is actually a store called Nurse in the Making, and the owner of this store, the seller's name is Christine Tuttle, and she is probably no longer a nurse because it would be a pay cut, a serious pay cut compared to what she is making on this store. So it's kind of a little bit of a hybrid store. She's got some digital downloads in here, and then she also offers printed versions of these products as well. So it's kind of both. It's printed and it's digital, so you can buy whatever works best for you. And that strategy has paid off for her so well. I would imagine that all of her student loans are paid off. If she wants to drive a Porsche, no problem. Like, she is just raking in the money. So I'm really excited to show you guys her store. And I bet when she came up with the idea to do this, it never crossed her mind that she would make this level of money, this level of sales. So I just applaud her so much. So let's take a peek at her store before I give you her stats really quickly. She has 56 listings, which is amazing. She is selling her products like absolute craziness, just absolutely nuts. And basically what she did was take all of her notes from nursing school, all of her study notes, all of the things that she learned when she was a nurse, and put them together into a digital download or into a printed binder or packet for you, and put it on Etsy for sale. So these are things that she made to help herself get through medical school, because we all know med school is brutally hard, right? Otherwise, we would all go to med school, maybe. I don't know. But it's hard. It's a lot of studying, a lot of work for years. So she took her study guides, she made them look pretty, and put them on here to help other people get through nursing school a little bit easier. And now she's making sickening amounts of money just hand over foot with this brilliant idea. So now that I've drooled over her store for so long, let's go ahead and talk about her stats. So jumping up to the top here, she has 180,000 sales. She is really close to that 190,000 sales mark, which is awesome. Her average product price is $30, and that's really very conservative because, as you can see, she has items in here for $159, she has items in here for $98, she has little study guides in here for $7 and $4. Lots of variations in her pricing here, and we're going to go more into her pricing and some of the specific products in a little bit, but this is store stat time, so I don't want to get sidetracked. Her first feedback is actually from 2019. I'm going to scroll down here for you. And as you can see, she has a lot of feedback, lots and lots. And you can see she did not start her store with nursing study guides. She started them off with, it looks like, Instagram story covers, icon covers. So it's interesting to see how her store evolved, or may have evolved over time. But anyways, her oldest feedback is May 11th of 2019. So she is just coming upon the 4th anniversary of this store. Almost a couple months shy of her 4th anniversary. So very cool to have this level of sales in such a short period of time. And when you take all these sales divided equally amongst all the years she's been open, her approximate annual sales is $1,475,000. So almost $1.5 million per year selling study guides for nursing. This is genius, and this is so awesome. Okay, so I love her story. I love the purpose. I love taking something to be helpful, and really she turned it into a multi-million-dollar business. So super, super cool. Now that we know that she's a millionaire and she's probably not nursing anymore, she's probably chilling out on an island somewhere, because that's what I would do if I was making this kind of money. Let's take a look at her average product price. I said before that she has an average product price of $30. So I do want to show you why that is actually very conservative here. So as we can see when we scroll down her storefront, that everything, literally everything in this store is super popular. Over 20 people have this in their cart. That message here is on every single listing. And it just keeps going. This is super, super popular. It doesn't actually stop until down here when we get to like the stickers and things. Those are not as popular. But pretty much aside from that, she is really killing it. The stages of labor, that actually only has 15 people. Student planner only has 5 people. So she has a small handful of her items that are not sitting in at least 20 people's carts, which is super, super insane. I've not ever seen a store that literally almost everything is this popular. So sales are just really pouring in for this amazing seller. And if we look at her first product, her first bestseller that we're going to check this out, this is an $85 product. Okay, this is the digital download of her complete nursing school bundle. So it's all of the study guides that she offers in one digital download, which is really, really smart. Her main image is really well done. It clearly captures that it's digital because it's shown on an iPad or a tablet. It says digital download here in the corner, and she's got her logo here, which is really important because she has spent the last 4 years branding herself as the nurse in the making. So this is really, really good job of maintaining her branding. If we scroll through to the next thing, we see a video here. Shows how easy it is to use it. It's really well done. It's interactive. You can highlight things. She put a lot of energy into just making this really cool and really useful. So very, very cool. And it probably didn't start out this complicated. She's probably improved this over time. And as she started making more money, she might have even outsourced some of this to make certain features better. But it was really, really smart. I love the way that she did this. Then she has pictures of the actual product, everything that's included here. So it really does showcase that it does come with a lot. And I like how Etsy is starting to add this in, because for popular items or for things going out of stock, this little pop-up comes, hurry, it's going fast, add to cart. What do you guys think of this? I know it doesn't pop up all the time. I probably see it maybe like 15% of the time when I'm looking at stores on here doing my research. It's not that common, but I really like that feature. I think that is fantastic. So comment below, let me know what you think of it. Do you like it? Is it annoying? And I would really like to see Etsy offer this feature as an opt-in, like more, so that more of us could access this feature instead of them just showing it when they want to show it, which is I think how they're doing it. So we've looked at her images. Let's look at her SEO. I can tell you right off the bat that her title is extremely short. All right, 67 characters in her title. You get 140 characters to use, so she is using about half of the characters that she could be using. And she's got this registered copyright, so maybe it's just so branded, so well branded that she doesn't need to have more things in here. She doesn't need to have more keywords like nurse, for example, instead of nursing, or medical, or any of those other big keywords. I'm really curious to see how this listing evolved over time, because she probably, as such a popular store, doesn't need to rely on SEO as much as the rest of us do, right? So this is kind of a Etsy seller goals here. We want to get so big and sell so much that our stuff is so popular we don't even need to worry about SEO. That is the goal. Very few of us probably hit that, but that is the goal. So here she has in her description the Complete Nursing School Bundle TM. This bundle includes every study guide currently available for sale in my shop. It's a digital download, and then it goes ahead and lists everything. It's quite a comprehensive list because this is everything. This is all of her stuff. And then, of course, at the end, there's a little bit of information here, like it's a PDF digital download and all of that. Now, she has this copyright down here that says Copyright 2021 Nurse in the Making LLC. Nurse in the Making LLC is the name of her company, but anybody can put this copyright on their listing. So if you sell digital downloads and you don't already have copyright with your store name or your personal name and the year, you should add that in. It's probably not super important, but I do like to add that to all of my listings and just have myself covered in case anyone decides to get sneaky and steal my listing or something. I don't know, but you don't have to pay anything to have that. Anybody can add that. For this TM, I do want to point out really quickly that you can get a registered trademark for a couple $100. It depends on what state you're in, I believe, but there's a national database. Well, it depends on what country you're in, I should say, not what state you're in. But there's a national database that you can go to and you can trademark things. And as long as it has not, you do a little search to make sure it has not already been trademarked. And then you put in an application to trademark it. So this became so popular that she trademarked that. And that's important. We're going to get to why that's so important in a minute. But we're going to finish looking at her tags before I jump around. So scrolling down here, I'm going to close that pop-up out. So we can see she has some good variety in her tags, and it's very interesting to me because aside from the first few where she's using good variety like nursing study guide, nursing assessment, nursing student, nursing guides, nursing notes, the rest of them seem to have a common theme. So she has Nurse in the Making, Nurse in the Make, which are both herself, her own little company name, variations of her company name, and then Complete Bundle, which is probably how she calls this, if we go back to the top, the Complete Nursing School Bundle. So if you were to type in Complete Bundle, you're going to see her product, which I'm not sure that's necessary, but I could see why she did that. But what really caught my attention is that she has a tag that's called RNE Explained. RNE Explain, without the D, and RN Explained Study. I guess this is RN Explained, RN Explained, RN Explained Study. So those are 3 tags that seem to be targeting something super specific, and that got me a little bit curious. So then I wanted to know, does this seller have competitors? So I searched specifically for a nurse study guide, and I did find that she does have a few competitors here. But as you can see, as we scroll down, a lot of these are not as well done. If you look at her pictures, this is her store, Nurse in the Making, and then you look at this one. If I go away from the video, I gotta not hover over the thing so we can actually see it. This looks nice, it's cute, it's pink and whatever, but it's not as nice with these plain pages here as this looks with the printed spiral notebook. It's just an appearance. And then you have this one, does not look great at all. This one's not even showing you any pages. This one is actually pretty well done. It's pretty close, pretty similar to what Nurse in the Making is doing. But if you notice, this one here is from a store called RN Explained, which, if you remember from just a second ago, I've really got to stop scrolling around on these things here, so I apologize. We see 3 tags that say RN Explained, so that made me want to see, what is she doing? And I was really interested to see, this is also a bestseller product. It is 2 photos, and that's it. It does say it covers 8 core nursing classes. It's the comprehensive bundle. So you're assuming that this is the same type of product as this complete nursing bundle here. But see, the nurse in the making is selling hers for $85, whereas RN Explained is selling hers for $115. That really got me curious, and it got all of my little research nosiness kind of going on. So I really wanted to see what was happening here. And if you look at her tags from RN Explained, she has right here, Nurse in the Making is a tag. Christine, which is the nurse from Nurse in the Making, is a tag. So that's pretty personal. And Nurse in the is a tag. Oh, Christine Tuttle. Wait a minute. Yeah, so she's using her full name. She's using Nurse in the Making's full name, her competitor, in a tag. I did not notice that one last time. So that is 4 tags here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is directly targeting her competitor. Even though hers is not as well done, and it's significantly more expensive. It's $30 more. It's still a bestseller. It's still getting sales. I did actually go through here, and I'm not going to drag you guys through it all, but RN Explained is a newer store. So that store is from 2020. So it seems kind of shady, and I could be wrong, and I could be making assumptions here, but it seems to me, based on what I was able to uncover in my research, that RN Explained saw what a great idea this was, is probably also, I would hope, also a nurse, and made her own version, but instead of just competing with good nature competition like most of us do on Etsy, she used a really cutthroat tactic and actually put her competitor's name and personal name, store name and personal name, in the tags of the product, which I have not seen before. I have seen people put their competitors' names in tags once or twice before, but not to this level. This seems pretty extreme. So nursing study guides is a very cutthroat niche, y'all. They don't just draw blood, they are out for blood. Like, they want it all. So I think that just seems a little bit excessive. So I'm just going to send some happy, positive vibes to both of these ladies and hope that they both do great and they both bring in a lot of sales. Nursing is a really big industry and it's not going anywhere, so we always need nurses. I mean, as long as we have people, we need nurses, right? So I think both of these people can succeed and do great. Anyways, back to the point. I just wanted to point that out because I don't suggest doing that at all. I definitely don't. I want to make that clear. I'm not suggesting you use your competitors' tags or your competitors' names as tags. Please don't do that. It's bad karma. And I'm very all about the karma. Good karma, good karma. Okay, anyways, let's take a look at another listing. This is another bestseller listing. And this is where I really want to pull in the price point, because that $30 price point I gave you is really insanely low, if we're being honest. So, but I try to be conservative. So this is a set of flashcards. This is a printed item. So the first listing was digital. This one's actually printed out, and it comes in this handy little box. It is, again, really well done. It's very colorful, very pretty. Her photos are great. Her video is great. I love that you can see she's kind of showing what the cards look like and how you hold it in your hand, and it's really fantastic. Great printing job. Really well done. And you can actually do these print on demand. It is a little bit probably less fancy in terms of the box you're going to get, but cards like this can be done as print on demand. There are print on demand makers. And by the way, I do have a list of 70 print on demand suppliers that is for free in my free resources. The link is in the video description, so go make sure and check that out if you're looking for print on demand things like this, like printing or t-shirts, or there's 70 different makers, 70 different manufacturers, I think a few more than 70. So anything you want to print on demand is probably on that list. So these are printed out, and the rest of her photos are also well done. Does a great job of explaining what it comes with, what it looks like. And this is just the pediatric flashcards. This is not a set of everything. So she does have a complete flashcard pack, which has pediatrics, which is this product for $84, plus all of these other flashcards as well. And that's where we get to her selection. So you can actually have to come with or without the box, and that's probably where it's $4 more if you want to get it with the box, because that's probably where she spends money with the printer. They charge more for custom packaging. But here's where the big money comes. So for pediatrics only, it's $88 with the box. But if you want to add these packs, it starts getting way more expensive. And if you actually want all of them, it's $456. So this is way more than the $30 price point that I gave her. So I think we can fairly say that she is raking in millions and millions of dollars per year quite easily. In fact, she probably has a team of people helping her run the store. She probably has hired people at this point. She is just really knocking this out of the park. This is an amazing business idea. So you can get the most basic option on this listing for $84, but really she can make up to $450 on this one product as well. Let's look at her description on this one. Again, her title is very, very short, and you can see there's no trademark or anything like that, but it's very, very short. It doesn't really say a whole lot other than pediatrics flashcards. Her description here is pretty straightforward. She does have a little bit of an appeal statement here in that she says what it is and then that it's seen on the NCLEX, which I believe is the exam you need to pass for nursing. And then she says it's full of fun memory tricks, mnemonics, and visuals. So that really enforces the fact that these study cards do help you learn. They make it more fun to learn, and they're going to help you remember it easier. So that's great. I love that she included that. And then she goes in and basically explains what is included. And then she lists the add-ons, and she specifies it does not come with a PDF. This is the physical product. So very, very cool. Very good job. She's not including any fluff there. She's got tags down here. She also has tags up at the top. So I think that Etsy's been splitting them for a while, and they show you if I go back up to the top. Sometimes they will put, I'm trying to go slow here. Sometimes they will put them only right here under the images. Sometimes they will put them only at the bottom. Sometimes they split them. Here it looks like they are just putting them in both places because this is a lot of tags. She does do a better job of using variation in these tags. She has herself, of course, and then she has PEDS, which is like short for pediatrics, flashcards, nurse in the making, pediatric flashcards. She's got pediatric nursing, children's stickers, nurse school. She has herself a few times. She does not have any competitors listed here at all. And it's just all variations of the product and her own store name. So she has done a fantastic job really branding herself and making herself her specific store the go-to store for nursing study guides, which I absolutely love. I think this is so amazing, and I really wish I had discovered this store sooner so I could really see how this thing's evolved. The last bestseller listing that I wanted to take a look at from this store, they are all pretty much bestseller listings. Her whole store is full of bestsellers, but the last one I wanted to look at, just to be fair, is a $4 listing. So this is just an individual item. It's not a big pack. It's a very specific worksheet, and she only has one image here. So she doesn't have a video. She doesn't have a lot of fluff. It's literally just this one image, which is not very much, to be honest. I don't know if this was the first product of hers that I stumbled upon. I don't know if I would buy this without going to her store and seeing how insanely popular her products are and the fact that she's probably a pretty reputable seller. So looking at her description here, it explains that it's 5 pages. It's a digital download only. It's not a physical product, and she lists what it includes, says it's for personal use only, and that's it. This is the whole description. So very, very simple, very short and sweet and to the point. I skipped right over her title, but I do want to see how long it is here. It looks very, very short. We already know that it's short. It's 70 characters out of 140, so that's not a lot of characters. She still has almost, well, literally twice this much space that she could be filling up. So she really, really is relying on her brand recognition and her popularity to make these sales and to get the visibility that she needs. And honestly, when she first started selling these way back in 2019, she probably had more keywords. Her SEO was a lot more important so that she could get that visibility. But as Etsy sees her products sell over and over and over and over again, it doesn't necessarily need a lot of keywords in here. They've already figured out who her audience is. She has 180,000 sales for Etsy to have learned from who those buyers are, who her target audience is, and what searches to show her products in. Now, looking at her tags, she has shock, which is all by itself, which is interesting. But I can't imagine too many reasons people would search for just the word shock in Etsy, so it's probably not as short as it seems. It's probably not too broad, ironically. And then she has her own names here: nurse in the making, nurse in the make, types of shock, so a little bit more specific than just shock. Nursing notes, bundle, another kind of vague one. Nursing study, nursing critical care bundle, that's a good one. And then nursing student, nursing note, nurse in the make bundle, nursing school bundle. So she has tried to capture some variety in her tags, which definitely helps her. But if we jump back to her storefront, we can see that this product has over 20 people ready to buy this already. So it's very popular. It's selling well. Her store doesn't rely on a lot of SEO anymore. And this is really just fantastic. I really think she is going to dominate this niche for quite a while, especially if we go back to these competitors, the search page with all the different study guides here. You don't really see a lot that is equally as appealing. So we do have a couple of options. This one is pretty nice. It looks like it is well done. This one looks okay. They did put some energy into this one, but a lot of these are just not as physically appealing. And this are pretty much the same. This is the physical, this is the digital one, but aside from being, this one is blue and this one is pink, other than that, they're the same product, it looks like. Other than that, we really don't see a lot that is competing on this kind of a level. Scrolling down, there's just not a lot here aside from what nurse in the making is selling. Your eyes are automatically going to be drawn here, especially because teal is a calming color and it's very visually appealing. It's pretty gender neutral, and it's a lot of people's favorite color, or at least on the spectrum of favorite colors, so it does a great job of pulling your attention to that teal. And you can see that this one, CC Study Guides, is also trying to go with the teal, but they can't quite compete with what Nurse in the Making is doing in terms of their design and their branding. So there is room in this space with this level of sales. There is room, if you're a nurse, to come in here with some great designs and really take some energy and build a great product like this to capture some of this market. It doesn't necessarily have to be something that you do for school or for a degree. It can be something that you do in life, something that you encounter. If you have a way where you have simplified your life or you have made your life easier, you can try and sell that on Etsy, make it visually appealing, and that may be a great idea. So this is usually where I prompt you to go watch a video that is even more impressive than the store I'm currently reviewing. But honestly, this store is hard to beat. So instead, I have a super smart and helpful video instead. Check out these 3 digital niches to avoid if you want to make 6 or maybe even 7-figure sales. You can check that video out here.